Hey everybody, it's that time. We are making announcements for our PDX Vox Song Tournament Round 1 bracket. And with me, I'm Marie Schumacher, and with me is Gavin Griswold. And Gavin has had many years of making brackets, running brackets, just living the bracketology life. And so he's been my main consultant on this project. And we're here today to talk about the results of our PDX Vox song bracket. The first one, I'm sure it's not going to be our last, but it's been a very exciting process. So let's see. I just wanted to let you know, first of all, just say thank you for all the replies. It's been amazing. People have been very passionate about participating in this. We got 49 replies. We got a lot of comments about people listening to new music, which is really the whole idea of it. Some people with a little bit of angst about some tough matchups, and some of them really did, I think, shake a few people to the core. And just a reminder that we just did this randomly. So I took the songs, the 64 songs, put them in a random selector, and just listed them out. So it's not like a seeded bracket where you get a number 1 versus a 16. Anything you want to add about the process?
Yeah, well, there were some intriguing close races, I'll say. Just ones that came down to the 5 o'clock deadline, and we tabulated and we figured out the winners, and some were upsets, some were surprises. Some songs I did not expect to get as much of a support as they did, but I thought it was cool. I think it's going to be a really interesting bracket as we move forward to see which ones stay and which ones go.
Agreed. Yeah, I have more questions than answers about what's behind all of these decisions. So very fun. So far, so good, and very fun. So we're gonna announce these results. It's gonna be a bit long because this is our first round. Lots of songs to go through. There might be a couple of comments. Then we're gonna invite you to maybe put some info in the comments that we'll talk about in just a sec, just to make it a little more interactive. This week, it's not a very interactive thing. We're not doing Zoom like so many people. We're just putting out a video. It's kind of like a podcast, video podcast. But with each round, we might try new technology just to kind of play around. It's a time for learning new things, right? So we're just kind of taking it as it goes and seeing it as an opportunity for us to try different things too. So this is a little bit low tech in some ways compared to what's out there, but stay with us on this and see it through till the end, and it'll be hopefully a fun experience and a good distraction, and ultimately just a way to really love our music in a new way. All right, so without any further ado, here we go. So the first two were Angel by Sarah McLachlan and Down by the River to Pray by Alison Krauss. And the winner of that round, Down to the River to Pray. Congratulations. All right.
I'll just say on this one, I believe this one was pretty close.
Yes.
It wasn't one where we had to figure it out on the last hour, but it was one where, I mean, it was probably 60-40, and it speaks to both songs, but Down to the River to Pray ultimately made it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that was a close one, and I know there are some people who absolutely love Angel out there, so they're both winners in my book. Next one, Shenandoah versus Faith. And this Faith is the Stevie Wonder, Ariana Grande one, not the George Michael one. We're really hoping there wasn't confusion, but there we go. And the winner
was Faith.
Faith.
Yeah.
Yes. So Faith will move on. Shenandoah will stay put, but not be forgotten.
Yeah.
All right. Next one, Brave by Sarah Sarah Bareilles, another great Sarah. And Dream a Little Dream of Me, the winner. Wait, is that right?
I think it's Brave.
I think that's a mistake. Oh my gosh, it's a mistake.
Yeah.
So the winner
Brave.
actually is Brave.
Brave.
All right.
The winner was Brave.
So just, disregard the visual. The winner is Brave. Congratulations to Sarah.
Yes. I think Sarah's got to be one of the best names in music. There are so many songs that have to do with Sarah, and there are so many Sarahs.
For sure.
That thing. I mean, Sarah Smile.
Yeah.
Fleetwood Mac had Sarah. Starship had Sarah.
Yes.
And then, there are many different McLaughlin, Bareilles, etc.
Yeah, lots of good Sarahs out there. Yeah, for sure. All right, I think that's the only error. I'm sure there's not, there's a lot of quality control here. But things fall through the cracks. Next one is Let My Love Open the Door by Pete Townsend versus Road to Nowhere by the Talking Heads. And the winner is Road to Nowhere, Talking Heads.
Yeah.
I think that might have been a little bit influenced by the situation we find ourselves in today, but both songs are awesome.
Yeah.
Next one is Your Red Wagon, a semi-obscure jazz standard that Ella Fitzgerald and others recorded versus Feel It Still by
Portugal the Man.
Portugal the Man,
Right.
Thank you. And the winner?
Feel It Still.
Portugal the Man, yeah.
Are Portugal the Man, was that group in Portland? Or
I think they have a Portland connection.
I think they have a Portland connection too.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they do. I don't know all the data on that, but there's definitely a Portland connection there. I think they used to live in Portland, or
yeah. At least I think the lead person in Portugal the Man did have some Portland connection. I know that because they had some tie-ins with other Portland things. But we'll have the official story as Feel It Still made it through, and we'll see how far Feel It Still goes.
Yeah, we can say more about that next week because they're still in the game. All right, next one, Somebody to Love by Queen versus Hallelujah by Mamuse, not the super famous Hallelujah, but the semi-famous one.
Yeah, Leonard Cohen's coming later in this bracket.
All right, and the winner?
Somebody to Love.
Somebody to Love. I mean, yeah, it's hard to beat that one, right? That's a tough one to beat. All right, next one. We've got Iko by the Dixie Cups versus Don't Look Back by Marie Schumacher. Surprisingly enough, Don't Look Back won this round, but I'm going against some pretty rough competition in the future. And I just want to put out there, I am not offended if people vote against my song. It was kind of brought in by a group of people. Anyway, just don't feel any pressure. I've learned that I can be unbiased or relatively unbiased in this. So anyway, but thanks for the votes.
Yeah.
All right, next one. Speaking of tough competition, Good Vibrations versus I Will Wait. Do you want to talk a little bit about this one?
Yeah, so with this one, it came down to, it was a 26-25 vote when it ended, and it kept shifting. I thought that Good Vibrations would pull it out, but by far, I thought it would do really well. But it only won by one vote. Good Vibrations advanced, but barely, by the skin of their teeth.
Barely, yeah.
Which, I mean, it's very interesting. I think it's the only Beach Boys song in, or is there one more?
I think that's it for this.
We've
done a lot of them, but only one all-group Beach Boys song.
Which is interesting. Yeah. I think it speaks to I Will Wait. I think the arrangement was especially good for I Will Wait and PDX Vox. But it was a really close one. Both are good. We're gonna see with the close races. A lot of them are that through the randomly generated bracket. You have some really solid songs, some really solid arrangements, and they're going head to head. And some that I liked a lot are, leaving in the first round. So for those who really like I Will Wait, I'm sorry, because it was a tough matchup.
Yeah.
But Good Vibrations advances.
Yeah.
And that wraps up the first quadrant.
Yes, that's right. We've got 4 quadrants, so that's like the northwest section of the paper if you're looking at the paper, and now we move on to the next batch. So next batch, we've got Africa by Toto. We've done this a bunch of times in PDX Vox, as well as Simple Song versus Simple Song by the Shins, and they're also a Portland band. So the winner of this one is
Africa by
Toto, much to the delight of some people in this room.
Me.
Shall remain nameless.
Me. I like that song a lot.
But it's one of those things where it's just so hard to know. They're all great. They're all winners in my book. So even if they disappear this week from the bracket, don't let them disappear from your playlist. All right, we've got Na 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 by the Pentatonics. We did this recently by Pentatonics. And Rain, Rain, Beautiful Rain by Ladysmith Black Mambazo. And the leader of that band, I just want to mention the leader of that band, Joseph Shabalala, recently passed away earlier this month. So I've been thinking a lot about their just all of their great music and how Paul Simon worked with them on the Graceland album, and just how they brought, there's just such a gift there in terms of bringing a different kind of music to us. So having said that, Rain, Rain, Beautiful Rain was the winner. So Joseph's song will continue on in the bracket, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, next up we've got I'll Be There versus What a Wonderful World. And again, we've got a couple of wonderful worlds on the ballot, and this is the Louis Armstrong song.
Mm-hmm.
And the winner, Gavin?
Louis Armstrong.
Yep, Louis keeps going. What a Wonderful World. Those are both great, beautiful songs. I loved. I have to say, I kind of like the arrangement of I'll Be There more, but I think Wonderful World just really stands up as a timeless piece of beautiful music. Yeah. Okay, I think you need to handle this one because I'm a little emotional about this one.
All right. Yeah. So, Under Pressure by Queen and Seasons of Love by the cast of Rent went head to head. This was one of the three close races that we had, and the winner was Seasons of Love by the cast of Rent. I think both are great. I asked friends, and they had different opinions. It was one that really kind of polarizes. Some people really just love the message of Seasons of Love, and they love Rent. They love all that, and it feels good in this time. Some people love, for similar reasons actually, Under Pressure, what it meant, what Live Aid meant, what all what that compilation of people meant with Freddie Mercury and David Bowie, and both songs are great in this time. And this is one where I think if you put these two in different sections, I think they could go very far. But they met up in the first round, so one had to go. It was Under Pressure this time, but both songs are wonderful, and it'll be interesting to see how Seasons of Love progresses in this.
Definitely, yeah. That was an interesting one. People who know me know Under Pressure is one of my top 5 songs of all time. Yeah. So it was hard to see it go, but I understand. And music is so personal. It's fun that that we care, right? Mm-hmm. All right, onward. History Has Its Eyes on You, another one that means a lot to many people from the musical Hamilton, versus Diamonds on the Soles of Her Shoes, 2 of the longest titles ever seen in PDX Vox. And the winner is History Has Its Eyes on You. And for lots of reasons, that's a great pick. They're both great picks. And again, Ladysmith was on the Diamonds one, so they're on the ballot twice as well.
Yeah.
All right, next.
Yeah, so then this is In Your Eyes by Peter Gabriel against Bad Connection by Yaz. That one, when was the last time you did Bad Connection?
Oh gosh, probably back in like 2009. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then In Your Eyes?
In Your Eyes was around 2015.
2015, all right. So some that are a bit far. I mean, 2015 is now 5 years ago, which feels weird. Yeah. But In Your Eyes did win. Yeah. The Peter Gabriel song, great song. I think Peter Gabriel in general has kind of been in this group. I mean, you did Mercy Street, right? And especially the album So. I grew up listening to the album So. Yeah. And so I voted for In Your Eyes because it's just a great song. Right.
And it was in that movie.
And it was in the movie too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got that epic thing. And then I think Salisbury Hill was done by the Monday Group. So Peter Gabriel's gotten a little love in PDX Vox for sure. Next, we've got Fix You by Coldplay, and we've got I Still Haven't Found What I'm Looking For by U2. And it's interesting because Coldplay has been influenced so much by U2. I mean, I think that there's a strong connection between those groups. So it's kind of funny that they're matching up here on the bracket. All right, and the winner? Fix You. Fix You, yeah. Very good, yeah. And that one's been done a lot of times in Vox. All right, next one. We've got the Hallelujah that a lot of people know, the Leonard Cohen version. People know and love that one. Versus the Parting Glass by the Waylon Jennys. That's another group. The Waylon Jennys has been done a fair amount in Vox now. They're kind of one of the popular groups to lean into for a cappella arrangements. And of course, the Parting Glass we've sung many, many times as our closing song, as our Afterglow song. So yeah, these are 2 big ones. All right, Gavin.
Hallelujah, Leonard Cohen.
Hallelujah, you got it by kind of a margin, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was pretty
It
big.
wasn't super close, so that was interesting. And you, do you want to?
Oh, I voted for Parting Glass all the way through. I mean, I wrote a bracket, going all the way to figure out what my favorite song was, and it was Parting Glass, mainly because of the significance that it has. The arrangement's beautiful. I've sung it in many different choirs, and so I love that song. I definitely know Hallelujah is a great song. I remember when Kate McKinnon sang it after Trump was elected.
Yeah.
And she sang it in her Hillary Clinton character, and that was, a really powerful moment. So it's definitely, I definitely understand where it comes from. I love Parting Glass. That's my song, but that's why you vote. You get to see all these, and then I wouldn't have remembered, McKinnon singing Hallelujah until we went through it. But the Waylon Jennys do have another one coming up.
Yes, they do. Yeah, in fact, right now. So we've got Love the One You're With versus Light of a Clear Blue Morning, which was just done last semester. So the winner there is Light of a Clear Blue Morning. So the Waylon Jennys survived the bracket. Yeah, both of those are great. I hate to see Love the One You're With go. I actually think that's a really cool theme for how we're living right now. We got to love the people we're in the household with. It's an interesting journey to have your physical distance limited and to just kind of be hunkering down in that way. So anyway, next round is Green Garden by Laura Mvula versus Walking in Memphis by Mark Cohn. And of course, Walking in Memphis, well, both of them are sort of semi-well-known. Green Garden might be a little bit obscure. If you don't know it, check it out. The winner, this was also a really close one, right?
This was tied until the last vote, and then it went to Walking in Memphis. Walking
in Memphis, yeah. So, but check out Laura Mvula if you don't know her music. It's beautiful stuff. So this one is Sto Mi Milo. We did this one a long time. It's a long time ago. It's a Balkan song. In 7/8 time, really took us a long time. We did some dancing to it. It was quite an experience. Kind of a departure from our usual Vox stuff. And then One Day by Modest Yahoo, which is a really inspiring, uplifting song in terms of its message. Two really interesting, beautiful songs. And the winner.
One Day.
One Day by Modest Yahoo. Yeah. Words to live by for sure. All right.
I definitely think that's a great song for the time. Yeah. Especially it's a good song by itself, but it's one of those songs where you can't have a bad mood exiting the song, right? You can have one beginning, and you can listen to it, and then at some point you're going to switch it, and you're going to have a positive attitude.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, keep it on heavy rotation. All right, so now we've got A Nightingale Sang in Berkeley Square versus Can't Stop the Feeling by Justin Bieber. Timberlake. Sorry. Okay, a Justin. All right, so winner is Can't Stop the Feeling. Yeah. All right. So very upbeat stuff there. Although I got to say, Manhattan Transfer, amazing song. When we did that in Vox, it took us forever to learn it. We didn't really even quite learn it, but we performed it anyway. And anyway, beautiful jazz music to check out. So you don't want to disclaim that completely. Yeah. All right, next we've got Walk Walk by, Yael Naim is her name. She's an Israeli-French singer-songwriter. Did Walk Walk and other cool songs. Versus Mr. Blue Sky by ELO, Jeff Lynne. All right. And Mr. Blue Sky, did by a lot or by a little, do you remember?
I think it was a little. I think it was surprising. I thought Mr. Blue Sky would go a little further.
Yeah.
In terms of votes, but we'll see. I mean, it all depends on who the opponent is, right? That's the thing. If you voted for your favorite song out of the 64, you'd have a completely different answer the 1, 2, 3, 4 would be completely different to what they are now. Yeah. Or what they're going to be because. It's really just a head-to-head competition. That's what makes that's what makes brackets so intriguing is that they're just head-to-head competitions, and then you figure out that this one is the winner, and sometimes it's your favorite one. A lot of the times it's not.
It's true. Yeah, the constraints of the bracket are can be a little bit excruciating, but very fun too. It's very interesting. But it is so much about the way it all stacks up.
Yeah.
All right, next we've got Danny Boy, an old Irish tune, versus Bring Me Little Water, Sylvie. Two old, kind of on the older end in terms of when they were written. And the winner on this one, Bring Me Little Water. Were you surprised or not?
I wasn't surprised because of the recent. I mean, it's kind of. It's okay, but it's kind of the recency bias. Right. We did Bring Me Little Water, Sylvie in spring of 2019?
Spring, yeah.
Yeah, spring 2019. So a very recent one, fun one. As long as you knew what you were doing with the claps and all that, the hand motions. Which I mean, they are part of the song as much as any note. My college chorus actually. They're doing Bring Me a Little Water, Sylvie this spring, or they were going to.
Yeah.
COVID stopped that, but they had to learn the hand motions as well. I'll also say that if you haven't seen it, the Muppets did a stunning rendition of Danny Boy. Who was it that did it?
I think Animal.
Yeah, Animal. Yeah. Animal does a great cover of Danny Boy.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't know the lyrics, so he just keeps saying, "Oh, Danny Boy."
Yeah, and I think Beaker and Chef, whoever the chef is.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Swedish chef, I think.
Yeah,
Swedish chef. It's a trio. Anyway, definitely worth finding on YouTube. Very cool. So much good stuff out there. We're so lucky to have technology to find all these things when we need them. So next pair is Golden Slumbers by the Beatles, an epic group, versus Ama Ibu, which is an old chant from the Ituru tribe in Central Africa. Then Susan Peck, a former Vox instructor, brought that into our orbit, and it's this incredible round. So the more parts you get going, the more amazing the harmonies and the rhythms get. So, and Golden Slumbers, of course, just a favorite by so many. So interesting matchup. Winner is Golden Slumbers. Yes.
By a lot. It won.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously the Beatles.
Yeah.
I'm starting to think that the Beatles were a somewhat popular band at some point. But no, they were. Yeah. The Beatles are the Beatles, and Golden Slumbers is always a wonderful a cappella arrangement, no matter who you listen to. On the Rocks have done them. It's a wonderful a cappella song. So.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, but the chart was like a little Pac-Man, Golden Slumbers had a lot, Ama Ibu just a little. Still, both of them awesome. Yeah. Trying to be unbiased, Yeah. Anyway, Aquarius, Let the Sunshine In as one song versus Think by Aretha Franklin. So this was another one, semi-close, but one of them came up on top.
Yeah.
Think by Aretha Franklin. This could be another one of those the recency bias. I like that idea. I think that we've got some of that going on for sure, but
it's a fine thing. I mean, it's just it's natural.
It's natural. Totally. Okay, next we've got Somewhere Only We Know by Keane versus All I Have to Do Is Dream by the Everly Brothers, and the song that won, Somewhere Only We Know, which is also being sung by Dame Nation right now. They have it on their list of songs that they do, which is so nice. It's great to keep that song alive. All right, now we've got Free, Free, Free by Melanie DeMore versus That Lonesome Road by James Taylor and his band. The winner is That Lonesome Road. James Taylor is on here a couple of times, too. Seven Bridges Road by the Eagles. We've done that twice in Vox versus It's All Right, a song we've done a bunch of times by the Impressions. Winner is Seven Bridges Road with that 5-part harmony that we all enjoy singing.
I think it'll be interesting if Seven Bridges Road and That Lonesome Road were to go ahead, then it would be a road versus road battle.
It could happen, right?
It could possibly happen, but they are against tough competition, as we'll see. Somewhere Only We Know, and then the winner of this. Yeah,
this quadrant is it's tight. Yeah. Next, we've got Chicago by Sufjan Stevens versus Take Me to the River by Reverend Al Green.
Right.
Two amazing songs. Winner is Chicago. Interesting, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, I didn't know where that one was going to go.
Yeah.
All right.
Both are great. Chicago's got everything. It's got a musical. It's got a song.
Yeah.
There's the band Chicago.
Yeah.
It's a city. Anyways.
I know. It's like, yeah, the possibilities are
Undefeated.
endless. Yeah, I love it. Exactly. So we've got breaths versus dreams. I feel like this is another sort of mantra for the times. Breaths, good idea. Dreams, sure, but a little unclear too. Winner is dreams. And this Dreams is by the Cranberries, not
Yes.
by Fleetwood Mac. Yeah. And I think there are other songs. Well, there are other songs. Like there's a song called Dream. Anyway, you can Google it, of course. Anyway, next is It's Time by Imagine Dragons. One of my personal favorites as far as the Vox singing goes, versus Shed a Little Light by James Taylor, another really popular one. And the winner is Shed a Little Light. So James Taylor has two
Rocking it.
songs in the fight.
Yeah.
Viva La Vida, another Coldplay song, versus Loves Me Like a Rock, Paul Simon. And the winner is
Viva La Vida.
Viva La Vida, Coldplay. So anyway, did Fix You win? I'm trying to remember.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fix You still on there? Yeah. And so they also, and Viva La Vida, so they also have two songs. And then this is The Other Wonderful World, don't know much about history, the Sam Cooke song versus Appalachian Round, a round we did early on in Vox. And the winner is Wonderful World. So we have two Wonderful Worlds on there. So lots of interesting patterns.
Yeah.
So thanks for listening. We're going to have all of this uploaded shortly. This is Sunday afternoon. So by 5 o'clock or so, we'll have the paper bracket available. We'll update the website to have the Google form available. And these are going to be due on Wednesday, March 25th, 5 p.m. And we got some late entries. We couldn't honor those. So we're really trying to be strict about the rules. Feels really grounding to have Gavin here because he's been through a few of these and kind of knows how to do it in an official way. I would love to see in your comments just some stuff about how you're selecting the songs, just for fun, not to really influence things, but just more, what's your process? What are you remembering? Are you going with like the artistic merit of the original, the Vox arrangement, personal meaning, personal experience? You want to say anything else about that?
Yeah, just what stood out to you, the original recording quality, or if you're going with the arrangement or if it's a combination. We just want to hear that in the comments section. And also, if you have any predictions, just at this point. Also, if you're doing it individually or as a family, let us know if there's any tough ones that you had to go. If you had one where you couldn't really pick and it was just too difficult, all that stuff is appreciated in the comments. And also, just a reminder, please only vote once. If another family member wants to vote in this, they can. They just have to put their email in the Google form or submit their own a photo of their own bracket, just so we don't count anyone's vote twice. Yeah, so we're trying to keep it clean, folks. So anything you can do to help, you can email me at marie@pdxvox.com with any questions, any comments. I love hearing from you all during this time. And if you also just want to reach out, it's always welcome. We're filling our days with all kinds of things, but it's always great to hear from people. And missing all of you singers, active Voxers that I can't see in person, but we'll stay in touch and we'll see you on the other side of this eventually and give you some big hugs when the time comes. So thanks again for being part of this. It's so fun for us and hope that you're enjoying it as well. And we will tune in again in a few days. Thanks again. Thank you.
And thank you, Gavin.
Of course.